Hi all. So this topic is more of the recent accident happened in the Ahmedabad on June 12th at 1:38 p.m., which got launched, right? So hardly 55 seconds in the air, and the flight was not able to gain the thrust and lift, due to which it is not able to move towards the related gain which is needed to make the flight to go to 32,000 feet from the ground, right? So and it looks like a lot of theories were running around it, right? So maybe like, if you do reverse engineering in this aspect and try to analyze, I'm not the best in this particular part, but I wanted to give my good shot on doing the reverse engineering, right? So if you think on uh, many angles, the first angle or the first theory which comes is the birds may hit the engines, right? So the birds, if has it has hit the engines, definitely flames and a set of smoke would be have emerged. But this was not seen in the CCTV footage, which was obtained in the nearby airport authority. Right. So this first related birds, maybe like 90% it can be negative, uh, hardly like 10, then they will be able to know it, right? So the first theory is like running around, these birds would have hit the plane and it would have got the engine stuck, right? And it would have made the electricity down, right? So I don't think so this would have been the case. The second would be second theory would be maybe like uh, whatever the fuel, right? It would have been adulterated, or it would have been very bad, right? So this theory is also like it can be negative. It can be negative because the entire airport will have the fuel which goes under lot of quality checks, right, before it gets filled into the flight. And of course, if it is adulterated to a very large enough, then it would have affected other flights also, right? So this theory, I am thinking, may not be uh, the best theory, right? The next third theory, right? The third theory is where it makes the scene really different. The first one may be like the entire birds, that it can be negative. The second one is the fuel, which can be negative. The third one is the fault inside the electrical system, or the fault inside the entire jet engines which were there. And if you see, both the jet engines were operating till the end, right? So when the jet engines were operating till the end, the maximum thrust which has to be provided by the pilot, right? So you can see of like a very simple thing. So the thrust to enhance, you have a lever which has to be moved towards the upwards, right? Now next to that lever only, you have a flaps which is controlled via the second layer which is present next to the thrust lever. Now it can be a fault by the pilot, where instead of pushing the thrust, he would have pushed the flaps lever, right? But if you take the experience of the pilot and co-pilot, it, I don't think so pilot will do this trivial mistake. This is to the maybe the theory which based upon his number of hours he has run, crack down the takeoff. If you crack down that particular takeoff, the wheels flying to the top and trying to gain the upward trust. At that point of time, the wheels were not entered back to the system, right? So the wheels were still there. If you see the CCTV coverage, that means there is something problem which were known as soon as the takeoff has been done. This is something like you have just entered to take off and you came to know something is not working. This is like absolute, uh, maybe I can say, careless of one of the area which was not taken care either by the flight staff or by the on ground staff or the initial check inside the flights, right? This, if you take it on the infrastructural point of view. If you take on the software related part, you would have seen like few people were saying before flight they were not able to run the in-flight entertainment system, right? That is also there, and also the compressor of the air conditioner was going on and off, right? So this was one of the clip where you can see a person was saying that this was not working over the period of time when he was on. He has recorded that particular. I can add it out, that one. The second part is, uh, I don't know, like maybe they should have a complaint registration system. If something is not working, it has to go to those set of tools, or maybe the complaint tools which has to be taken care by the authority system, right? Airport authority systems. And there are many other views which you can think of as of now, which were running into the areas. Maybe the Air India would have not done a proper quick check, right? A proper quick boot, right? Or maybe like a basic check, a basic check when the flight is going to move towards the long direction. They have to do at least an initial set of checklist where you can say that AC is working, you can say the in-flight air entertainment system is working, all the chairs was working, all the masks were ready to usable, right? And also you have the compressors working, flaps working, the thirst gain, all the system which were really needed, it has to be working. So somewhere this entire prerequisite was not done correctly or ignored purposefully. I will not say purposefully. See, maybe like due to the time or any of the things, this has to be done. And one more important information: if a pilot thinks that this is not having proper check, then he always has a right to not to fly, right? So this all, it's like because it's he is carrying around like 250 souls to the air, or that's a big responsibility with the pilot. That role also will play very important, right? So you can think of in this direction, uh, where you have a full set of check is done, then only it has to be carried out. Yeah, that's what I can say, and I will want to close this particular topic and conversation over here. And yeah, RIP for all the souls. And yeah, I can say the most like prayers to them. Thanks all.